they break down crying. What we're doing right now is consoling them, and I mean, electricity and water are two key facilitators. Changing the narrative, changing the discourse on what is happening in Syria. You can imagine at the border, on the first few days in particular, we're looking at tens and thousands of people who were coming through all at once. They were all very scared. A lot of them have walked for hours, not days, to get to that point. But without a doubt, the Syrians that I've had the privilege to engage with when they came back, all of them were very emotional about returning. Some of them had not been back for 10, 12 years. And they understood that what they go back to may not be what they remember. But even then, when you meet with the Syrians who return back, there is that connection with their home, connection with their land that's embedded in their identity, which comes out. They break down crying because they never thought that they would be able to come back. It's been 13 years and they're there, and a lot of what we're doing right now is consoling them and helping them understand what the realities on the ground is, so that they're prepared when they go back, and that they know if they need assistance, where they can turn to, where UNHCR and other humanitarian services are available in their areas that they go back to. I mean, I'll give you an example. A very basic example is agriculture, right? Syria it has very rich lands, and they, before the conflicts, they were able to produce amazing produce that they export to other countries, but they were able to feed themselves. The use of that agricultural land is something that has been, I think, underplayed over during the course of the conflict. And there's a real need to help the Syrian people redevelop those skills, engage more in agriculture where they have those skills, but also in the service industries in the city. There's a lot that can be done. But I mean, in order to do that, there's some fundamentals that needs to be addressed. I mean, electricity and water are two key facilitators, which in many parts of the country, you simply do not have regular access to, right? In terms of reconstruction, well, we don't, UNHCR has been focused really on providing emergency assistance. But over the last few years, we have shifted towards what we call humanitarian early recovery. And this is a direction that the UN as a whole within Syria has shifted towards. And it's about recovery of foundational sectors like health, like water, like wash, right? Like the education sector. These are all kind of the backbone of any stable society. I'm doing this interview partly because it's important that viewers outside of Syria understand that there is life there, that there are human beings who are there, who are striving to build a life for themselves and their families, just like all of us. It's the understanding, right? It's knowing what is going on, forming your own opinions, and maybe in your own little way, changing the narrative, changing the discourse on what is happening in Syria or any of the other crises in the world. Because by changing that narrative, you change the direction by which people view a particular situation, and then solutions will come.